Okay, so the recording has been started. Are the speakers here?
Amen.
Also,
Okay, okay, okay. There are 40 participants as of now, but later on also, let's not waste. Okay, so welcome everyone to this hands-on session that is promising to unlock the immense potential of Google Cloud for the Google Solution Challenge. So this interactive workshop is designed to guide you through the entries of Google Cloud technologies, and it is empowering you to create innovative solutions aligned with the United Nations 70 Sustainable Goals. So as we embark on this journey, you'll deep dive into the world of Google technologies, which is cloud today, which is a cutting edge platform that offers a varying array of the tools and the services. So, throughout this session, you'll gain practical experience owning your skills to build those solutions that can make a positive impact on a global scale. Uh, so, let's move the agenda today. So, first of all, after the intro of the session, which we just covered, we'll have a kickstart of cloud and basics of GCP by Saptharishi V sir. Then we have a Firebase and its integration in the project, Piyush Lakheda. Then we have a hands-on session for creating the web server and deploying it by Swarnadeep. Then we'll have the information regarding the regional boot camps. After that, we have the queries session and then we'll wrap up. So the very first speaker for today is is Saptharishi sir, who is the cloud engineer at Wipro. He is also the co-organizer of GDG Trichy and he is the founder of Geek Community. So without wasting time, let's call upon Rishi sir to take up the session. And I'm telling you, he is a very experienced person, one of the best profiles I saw on cloud on LinkedIn. And I hope he'll guide you in a much better manner than I'm guiding you right now. So without wasting time, let's welcome Saptarishi sir. You can welcome him on the chat box also. Saptarishi
uh,
sir, are you there?
hey guys, yeah, uh, thank you, Avanish, for the cool introduction. And good evening, all. Can all please unmute yourself and say good evening at least because we have like 2 hours or 3 hours of session, and at least for a time, I need you guys to unmute your mic.
Come on, GDSU IT team, you can do it.
Good
At
evening.
least
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
sir.
sir. At least
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Good evening,
this
Good evening,
sir.
gives
sir.
Good evening, sir.
yeah, good evening because this gives me
Yeah, they are
energy.
welcoming.
Yeah, I'm just shooting the chat also. So guys, let me share my screen and
I shall stop sharing.
okay.
Yeah.
So thank you once again for the cool introduction. I
Welcome,
think
sir.
my voice
Welcome
is
for
my
the
voice is
session.
getting echo.
Yeah,
Not sure.
yeah, it's audible. It's audible.
Just wait a minute. Let me know once my screen is visible.
Not visible yet.
So once again, good evening to all. So I'm a cloud engineer with 3 years of experience, certified as a AWS solution architect, and I love crafting secure and scalable cloud solutions that empower businesses. And also, as you saw in the introduction, I was a founder of a tech community called Geek Community, and I have been served as a co-organizer of a GDG chapter, which is in the southern part of India. Am I audible right? Can you please someone confirm the same in the chat?
Yeah, you
Because
are audible.
yeah, yeah. So not only in cloud, I have basic and intermediate knowledge in developing machine learning and web development as well, websites. But these days I narrow and I focused on particularly in cloud because of my career as well. So after me, there are two young talents which will give you more insights about cloud. So as an initial step, I want you guys to understand the basics and fundamentals of cloud actually. That's why I'm just covering the basic and fundamentals of cloud and Google Cloud Platform. So shall we start? Can you please confirm in the chat? Shall we start? Okay. So I'm shooting my first question. What is cloud? Can anyone unmute yourself and give your perspective about what is cloud? Or can you chat? You can put it on chat so that I can know that you're understanding. What is cloud? Because these days, clouds is going to be a very big buzzword, cloud based startups and all. So, from your perspective, what is cloud? Can someone explain? Alright, guys, don't like, I don't just want like a lecture kind of stuff. I want you guys to interact with me so that I can got your perspective as well. So just be friendly. Don't hesitate yourself. Come out from your safe zone and just shoot with your details. What is cloud?
Yeah, don't just like act like just college students. Some teacher is teaching something and you are the teacher is continuously going on asking and you're not telling. Like, don't be like that. Like, this
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
community. Yeah, just speak up. Anything you know about it may be either wrong or right. That does not matter. Just speak up.
You
Good
guys
evening,
even
sir.
took part in the
Thank
study
you.
jam also.
Sorry, just
I think cloud deals with working with servers to store data
mhm.
and provide a interaction with websites of the user.
Okay. Any other answers? That's a great attempt. I think Dhruv by. So you almost you got the point. Okay, before getting into cloud, can someone explain how a website is working? Can someone how a website is working? Any idea?
So websites are hosted on server. When the client side requests for the website, the server sends the response.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I need. I think Kapil, you got my point. See, before getting into cloud, you need to understand the flow actually. What is server and what is network and what is client. So, are you guys are aware of cloud previously, or this is your first session or second session, or you need some basics means? Then this will help you to understand the fundamentals. Okay. See, for example, if I'm searching in Google something like GDSC community website means the mobile or the laptop which you're entering the URL is the client, and with the help of internet, you are hitting down the respective servers, and that server will respond back the traffic to your client machines, and that's how you can able to see the websites in your client machine, whether it is a mobile or a desktop. So you got my point, right? This is how a website is working, which means if I'm sending any request, for example, if I'm googling something in my mobile, with the help of internet, it will reach the respective IP addresses which is masked. So it reaches the respective servers, and the server will respond back to the client. That's how it's working, whether it is an internet or a local network. But this is a basic flow. Understood? Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you a story. Like, for example, I'm having a clothing store. Okay. My clothing store has a website. I buy a machine, I buy a computer, and I configure that with a some 2019 Windows servers operating system. I do some basic network configurations in my computer, and I did my clothing store website in there on the server. I did all the basic configurations in that. Okay, and for example, GDSC clothing store. Let's consider GDSC clothing store, and my each and every day my website is having any 5 or 6 users. It can able to handle the traffic, but someday suddenly my clothing store become famous and lots of people are trying to search in my clothing store, means I can't able to sustain all the traffics, right? Because I don't have that much of infrastructure. Am I right? Can someone respond?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so can you someone tell me why I can't able to see I'm having a machine which can able to access around 5 to 10 networks, but suddenly 100 network is reaching out to my server to visit my clothing store, but I can't able to my server is getting crashed. So you know what is the reason behind that? Any idea? Any guesses?
Sir, bandwidth.
uh Not a bandwidth. See, my question is like, I have only a single server and hundreds of users are trying to connect to my website, and my server is keeping crashed and it's throwing an error because I'll tell you like couple, because of the peak load. The server is having a very peak load which can't able to afford the traffic response with a single machine. So what I need to do is I need to buy another computer. I need to did the same configuration to bring that in my network, and I did all the necessary configurations to expand my scale up networks. Then it may handle hundreds of loads in the servers. Because of the poor infrastructure that I built earlier, I can't able to afford all the traffics which is trying to visit my clothing store. Did you got my point?
Yes, sir.
So because of my poor infrastructure, I can't able to afford all the traffics to respond. So in the recent days, we have like on-premises, which is like will go little history back. On-premises is nothing but the one which I built earlier, na. So the same one. If any organization or any startup companies or want their website wants global, means they need to build a server room with all the physical servers, hardware components, and all the 24/7 electricity, and we need to maintain certain degree temperature to reduce the heat. So these are the on-premises servers, and we have like these are the traditional way most of the peoples followed in the earlier. But the hardest part in the on-premises means we can't able to easily scale up that. If suddenly from 10 users to suddenly it peaked to 100 user, means it's not an easy matter to scale up the entire infrastructure in a physical manner, because we need to buy the respective wires, the hardware components are there, and we need that proper configurations which we need to done. So that's what we followed in the previous days. But what happened is, IBM, Google, Microsoft, these are the very gigantic companies, IT companies. Are you agree with me? These are the topmost companies.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what they did is like, for example, for Google, if you are Googling something, means if Google throws an error because of poor infrastructure, means it's their reputational issues, right? So that's what they have built acres and acres of servers. And there is one guy who bring up an idea, all the time all these servers are not in use, right? For Google, because they are having acres and acres of servers. So all the servers are not in use all the times. uh, so one guy comes with an idea like, why don't we give rent to the peoples who really need those servers. Then they started unused servers, they started to give rent, which means like if you are using their infrastructure means you can pay little amount, then you can use that for a time sharing. So that's how the cloud concept is derived actually. uh, for example, if my clothing store is having thousands of users and I'm not having that proper infrastructure, means what I'm going to do is I'm going to Google and ask like, I'm having this kind of workload and I don't want any on-premises servers, then I'm getting rent for time being. I'm just give my money and I buy 3 or 4 servers virtually for time being, to access or to deploy my applications. That's how time sharing comes into the picture. Then the these companies like Google, Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, these companies are focused on focused on this particular industry called cloud, and they decided to give those not only the infrastructure but little bit services. Not only they are providing infrastructure, they are little bit services along with that infrastructure. That's how cloud comes. That is cloud actually. Now you understood what is cloud, because before getting into your hands on or doing the technical stuffs, you need to understand the basics and fundamentals. Then only you can expertise your skills. So you know the you know how derived the cloud is. Any response?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So we are getting some more technical. There are three types of clouds. One is infrastructure as a service, another one is platform as a service, and another one is software as a service. Recent days we have like container as a service and functions as a service, but I'm not want you guys to cover those things. So the major part is we have three types of cloud inside that. Okay, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. I'll explain each. Okay. uh, Not only Google, there are a lot of cloud providers brings this, and they are selling their infrastructure. They are giving rent their infrastructure like pay as you go model. So whatever I'm utilizing, I can pay the amount and I can bring those infrastructure. And the main positive thing in cloud is you can easily scale up your infrastructure, which means like suddenly I need thousands of servers, means within clicks I can able to bring those 1,000 servers in my area virtually actually. And I don't want 1,000 servers now, means I can easily terminate whatever are not needed, means I can easily terminate those resources. So these are the main key components which is an add-on to the cloud industry. That's why we are booming up. And all the reason the reason survey says like the the cloud industry is becoming one of the major inevitable industry in the world, because whatever your company you are doing, some artificial intelligence boards or whatever you are doing, you need infrastructure. That these days no startups are coming to build their traditional way on premises servers. All the mm, actually MNCs are already transformed, they're migrating their applications to cloud, because this is the only solution we can easily scale up. Understood? Okay, I'll explain the infrastructure as a service. See, infrastructure as a service is a model where you need to manage the entire infrastructure, including virtual machines, storage, networking, and operating system. So in the name itself, you can see that infrastructure, the service they are providing is just an infrastructure. All the other configurations are like virtual machine, storage, network, operating system, you need to take care of those things. So covering this infrastructure as a services, they only provide the infrastructure and we need to do the customizations. And if you're asking what is the benefit for infrastructure as a services, you have a high level of control and customization, ideal for complex and specialized workloads. So as this hands-on workshop is mainly focused on Google Cloud, I'll explain you the major services which is comes under the infrastructure as a service. Okay. See, the first service is compute engine. uh, Before getting into the compute engine, I'll explain you one thing, like if you compare Google Cloud, because I'm having experience, I'm currently working in Microsoft, so Azure as well as Amazon Web Service now, but I'm mainly focused on AWS, but I have hands-on experience in GCP as well. But while comparing these multi clouds, I could see that all the services are same, but the name differs. The functionalities and the services which most of the major providers providing is almost the same, but the name will differ and the interface is little differ. So with respect to Google Cloud, the basic fundamental services, compute engine. It is a service which will help you to spin up the virtual machines in various configurations and sizes. Then we have Bigtable. Bigtable is nothing but, like, it is a service for NoSQL databases, which is for high throughput and low latency data access. So it is a service responsible for NoSQL database service for high throughput and low latency data access. And we have another service called Cloud Spanner. Sorry, Bigtable. This service is Bigtable. So you guys should aware of these symbols. Each symbol denotes respective services. And the third one is Bigtable, which is deal with scalable and durable SQL databases. And if we goes to the next means, it is a cloud spanner. This service is globally distributed relational database service with strong consistency. This with this service only we can able to bring the RDBMS kind of stuffs. And we have DNS service, cloud DNS, which is managed DNS service for websites and applications, which is deployed in the Google Cloud. And we have uh, Google, Google Cloud CDN. CDN is nothing but content delivery network for speeding up delivery of static contents. You guys are aware of WordPress, right? Any response?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, WordPress. So for WordPress, the service which is providing to deliver a high speed packages for Google, it's CDN, content delivery network. So these are the basic and major services which is providing by Google Cloud Platform for the service of infrastructure as a service. So actually for each and every, if I want to build a what to say that if I want to build a SQL database, the respective service will help or guide you to do the necessary configurations. So likewise, there are, I think, 300 plus open services are available, but for time constraint and the hands-on parts are coming up. For time constraint, I'm just giving the major services which is comes under infrastructure as a service. We'll go to platform as a service. Platform as a service is nothing but Google manages the underlying infrastructure while you focus on developing and deploying your applications, which means like you don't want to manage the infrastructure like before I showed you. Now they will manage all together, and what we need to focus is to deploy and develop the application which I want. And this PaaS service, the benefit of PaaS is fast development and deployment. You can easily you can rapidly deploy the applications, and it will reduce the operational overhead, and auto scaling is also a very big benefit for PaaS services, because we have carpenters which will spin up the nodes. Okay, we'll see the major services which is comes under platform as a service. The first one is App Engine. App engine services used to manage the platform for deploying and scaling the web applications. So if you want to scale up the web development applications or web related applications, then this app engine will help you to manage the platforms to deploy. And if it goes with next service, which is cloud functions. Cloud functions is also comes under container as a service, but I want this particular service in the platform as a service. Cloud function is nothing but a serverless compute platform for event driven workloads. This is the this is the service which will help you to go serverless. And the third service which we are seeing is Cloud Run. Cloud Run service will help you. It is a serverless environment for containerized applications. Some application needs containers, right? Dockers and containers. So for that, Google will provide a specific service called Cloud Run. And we have a Cloud SQL. Cloud SQL, it is a managed relational database service for various database engines. We have like lots of DB engines, right? So for SQL, we have Cloud SQL, which comes under platform as a service. And we have another service called APG. APG it is an API platform which will help you to manage and build the APIs for your applications. So you can customize your APIs and you can manage those APIs in this APIG service. And we have Cloud PubSub. The recent days, this particular service is used by almost all the asynchronous messaging platform. This Cloud PubSub service will help you the real-time messaging service for asynchronous communications. So these are the major services which comes under platform as a service. And software as a service is nothing but you guys are much aware of those stuffs, like we have G Suite, like a Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Drive, which means like Google manages the entire application and infrastructure. And what we need to do is we need to just use those applications for our corresponding workloads. So for a simple manner, the starting stage of the infrastructure comes under like only they provide infrastructure, then they add some services which will help to deploy your applications. So they have comes with a platform as a service. They provide certain platforms which will bring you the some automations. And now we are into software as a service, which is like all the kind of stuffs they will take care, and we just need to use those kind of stuffs. Like for example, Google document is a comes under software as a service, which I don't want any infrastructure related stuff. So I just, if I want to use document, means I can directly go to Google Doc and Google Sheets. If I need any calculations, means I don't want any external things like I need to configure the server and then you need to deploy application. So software as a service is a service which will help to build the Google will maintain the entire application. They will deploy it for you, and we need to simply access and use the services. And the main benefits of software as a services, it is easy to use and no technical or setup has been required, no maintenance is required, and it is accessible with any devices. And these are the basic three stages, like IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. These are the basic stages of uh, cloud. And like if you want to explore these kinds of services, means I think Google is providing you the student account. It is easy and free to use. Just go and explore, try to spin up machines. And if you have any like further details in-depth services details needed, means I recommend visit the Google official website. They will give you the detailed documentations and resources. And I hope this gives you a clear overview of Google Cloud services across infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Feel free to ask if you have any specific questions about particular service or categories. Any questions as of now? See, these are not only specifically for Google Cloud. These are the foundation which you need to understand first. What is Google and what this infrastructure as a service will do, what is platform as a service will do, what other services are provided in a software as a service. And these are the examples, and I'll help you to explore the major services which is used. And you can see in the next sessions the hands-on, but make sure you cover the basics of the cloud. Any questions or any queries, you can unmute yourself or you can throw those in the chat window. Hello, am I audible actually?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now I saw some response at least. So guys, like don't hesitate yourself, because for me I have like totally 3 years of experience in developing secure and scalable cloud solutions in all the three platforms. I got opportunity to work in Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, and currently I'm working in AWS. So kickstart your journey in Google Cloud, which will help you to drive your career in a cloud computing. So if you are strong in basics means, then the upcoming young talents will help you to dive into the hands-on part. So make sure you understood the basic stuffs. Any queries? How
There's
does the Google
a
compute?
query in the chat box.
Yeah, I saw that. How does the Google compute engine compare to? Yeah, actually, it is a very good question. Ankit asked, how does the Google compute engine compare to AWS cost? See, each and every service cost with respect to the location that you are deploying the server, almost the same. The cost wise, if you are seeing, means almost the same. Maybe like some few dollars variant will be available. With respect to pricing, it requires another standalone workshop to explain that, because with respect to AWS, they are having the cost saving plans, and Google is also having several plans cover several dollars. It may vary plans to plans. If I'm having the cost plan or on demand plan, the price will vary. So with respect to your application, where you need to spin up your machine, if you need your server, if your targeted audience. See, the thing is, mainly in Google Cloud, all the top providers are focused on security and compliance. So US Doug, if you are building a application, your targeted audience is in US, means you need to spin up the machine in US region. Then only you can reduce the latency. So with respect to the US government, they have certain data restrictions, and they have some several protocols. So each and every services will differ with the regions and the cost plan which you choose with respect to your need. I hope this will clarify your question, Ankit.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so these are the staffs, and Google is providing lots of certifications, the foundation level, associate level, and professional expert level. So if you guys are new to this cloud, means just go with the foundation level. No hands-on experience is required for that. The basic technical things and the basic foundation is required to attempt. So just go and try it. And if you are well known with all the services, means you can try with the associate level, which requires some hands-on and research to build knowledge. And we have professional levels, which means like the industry experts will have these kinds of certifications. So these days, two things will define your cloud journey. The one is how many years you are, if you are getting into a corporate world, means the first question, especially for cloud, the first question they will ask is, do you have any certification, cloud certification? The second question is how many years you are having hands-on experience. So if you are choosing your career in cloud, means please make sure you complete the certification according to your criteria like associate or professional. Then the only way to learn cloud is to do the hands-on part. Just go crazy, go dirt your hands with experiencing the services which is available in a free tier. So that will help you to grab some knowledge and go and view some tutorials, do some researches. Then that will help you to develop your skills. And you guys are want hands-on part, right? Because of I bored the theoretical part, and you guys are eagerly waiting to do actually to see what actually the console is and what are the things are available. You need that hands-on part, right? Then the answer is you will get in the upcoming session. And thank you guys, and I hope I'm not taking much time. Due to time constraints, I just compressed all the technical stuffs together. And you can contact me for Google cloud related doubts or machine learning or web development. I'm free to connect. Feel free to connect as well in my LinkedIn profile, which I showcased in the screen right now. Just connect with me. And if you have any doubts or if you want, because I'm in the industry now, so I know, as from student community I came to a corporate world. So you guys need to follow the same. So make sure you did some research, and if you want to really start a journey, especially in cloud, means just connect with me. That's it. Any doubt means you
Thank you
can.
so much, sir. You
Yeah,
explained basically in
okay.
a very layman language. I hope their doubts might be clear and the basics of cloud, they would be very clear to them. Also, I've shared sir's LinkedIn ID on the chat box. You can check it out there also, and you can even scan the code on the screen. And if you have any doubts, please ask in the chat box or please unmute yourself. If not, then we shall move ahead with the next speaker.
Yeah, and thank you guys.
Thank you, sir. Can you please stop sharing the screen? Yeah. Okay, so now we have next speaker, which is Piyush Lakheda. He had been a Google Cloud facilitator, and if I'm not wrong, he's currently fourth year of his institute. And he had been a cloud engineer intern at scalable technologies and is having a very good expertise in cloud and its services. So without wasting time, let's welcome Piyush here, and he can start with the session. Piyush, are you there?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Thanks, Avishi. Thanks for the kind introduction. Okay,
Welcome.
let me share my screen. Just do let me know if my screen is visible or not.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, just a second. Yep. So, are you guys awake till now? Okay, guys, attendance time. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sure.
first of all, let me know my audience. So, how many of you are in first year or second year or third year? Drop your year in the chat section. Okay. It's nice. So, the major audience is from first and second year, right? Okay. And Infinity Loop start first year. Okay. Nice. Nice, Shyam. So, first of all, that was it was great to hear from Saptharishi sir. That was a really great session, and we will discuss about now in this session we will discuss about some buzzwords in the cloud, and also some kind of you can say basic fundamentals which we need to know before integrating any cloud technology or services in our projects. So okay, um, let me start. So most of the part is covered in the first session, so I'll just skip that part. Okay, so first me start with my introduction. So who am I? So I was seeing that you guys weren't listening to the previous session or not replying to, so I thought प्रोफेशनल तो नहीं जाना अब इस सेशन में, क्योंकि फर्स्ट और सेकंड ईयर है तो प्रोफेशनल तो नहीं जा सकते अब. सो जैकी भैया को आना पड़ा. ठीक है. सो हु एम आई? As introduced by Avishi, I was former cloud intern at Scalable Technology. I'm upcoming SD at NewGen. I was also Google Cloud facilitator. I was one of the Niti Aayog student mentor in my college. Also, I was ex-cloud sublead at GDSC JU. And this is my LinkedIn handle and my portfolio. If any one of you want to connect with me, you can connect. You can just scan it or take a snapshot of it. These are some of the hackathons and the achievements throughout the college which I had achieved. Okay, so मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन तो हो गया, बट आप तो बोलोगे मैं तो सेशन लेने आया था भैया. ठीक है, और कोई सर नहीं बोलेगा. ठीक है, नॉर्मल सेशन रखते हैं. मुझे पता है तुम लोग काफी ज्यादा अभी फर्स्ट और सेकंड ईयर के हो, तो प्रोफेशनल की आदत नहीं है तुम्हें. बहुत सेशन लिया मैंने भी कॉलेज टाइम पे अपने, तो आई नो. ठीक है, एक बार चैट सेक्शन में एक बार अपना बता दो. जोश भाई, हाउस द जोश, कैसा है भाई? सब सही है? हेलो या भाई? हेलो. 100% भाई. श्याम सबसे ज्यादा एक्टिव है. हाय, अनम्यूट भी कर सकते हो तुम लोग. सो चलो आगे चलते हैं. हमारा आधा पार्ट तो कवर हो चुका है, तो हम इसको नहीं वापस रिपीट करेंगे. ये सब पार्ट हमने कवर कर लिया है. कुछ कुछ चीजें हैं जो अपन कवर करेंगे एक पहले. सो दिस इज बेसिकली अ क्लाउड आर्किटेक्चर. जो क्लाउड की हमने बात करी, सतीश सर ने जो एक्सप्लेन किया क्लाउड. सो क्लाउड का जो बेसिक आर्किटेक्चर है, या फिर जो आपको एक फंडामेंटल पता होना चाहिए, वो यही है कि दो पार्ट में डिवाइडेड है क्लाउड, फ्रंट एंड एंड बैक एंड. सो जो बैक एंड है वो पूरा बेसिकली काइंड ऑफ एक वर्चुअलाइज्ड लेयर पे होस्टेड होता है, और फ्रंट एंड जो हमको दिखता है सामने वो एक्चुअली फ्रंट एंड है. सो इसमें डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ लेयर होती है. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर लेयर, स्टोरेज लेयर, रन टाइम क्लाउड, सर्विसेज, एप्लीकेशन लेयर. सो ये बेसिक सा एक क्लाउड आर्किटेक्चर है जो किसी भी क्लाउड सर्विस को स्टार्ट करने से पहले हमें पता होना चाहिए. देन अगर हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, और तो ये सब हमने डिस्कस कर लिया है. एक टर्म और, वर्चुअलाइजेशन. गाइस मैं ये वाली टर्म्स इसलिए बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि अपन फायरबेस से जब स्टार्ट करेंगे तो कुछ कुछ टर्म्स आपको पता होनी चाहिए, और किसी भी क्लाउड सर्विस को यूज लेने से पहले आपको कुछ टर्म्स पता होनी चाहिए. लाइक रीजन्स क्या होते हैं, जोन्स क्या होते हैं. अगर आप किसी सर्विस को डिप्लॉय कर रहे हो तो वो किसी जोन में डिप्लॉय होगी. अगर आपको आइडिया नहीं है जोन्स क्या है, तो आप माइट बी कि आप दो सर्विसेज अलग अलग जोन्स में कर दो. तो वो सब आपको पता होना चाहिए. वर्चुअलाइजेशन क्या होता है? सो बेसिकली किसी ने पबजी पबजी कितनों ने खेला है? अनम्यूट करो गाइस, एक तो पहली बात.
नो सर, नहीं खेली.
तो आपको सबसे ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्सेज मिलेंगे.
हाँ,
अभी भी खेलते हैं सर.
अभी भी खेलते ना यार. नाइस. सब एस पहुंच रखे
नहीं
होंगे
खेलते
ना?
सर, नहीं खेलते.
अबे मेरे को लग रहा है भाई तू लीड कोड बहुत करता है, हैं?
भैया क्लास टॉपर है.
ओके, ठीक है, बढ़िया बात है. 48 लेवल मिनिमम. ओ नाइस, ठीक है. तो वर्चुअलाइजेशन में पबजी का क्यों बात करी मैंने? गाइस तुमने अगर पबजी खेला होगा तो तुमको पता होगा कि जब किसी के पास, जैसे मेरा एग्जांपल लेता हूं, मेरे पास स्टार्टिंग में एक हाई एंड स्मार्ट डिवाइस नहीं था. तो तुमने एक इम्यूलेटर का नाम सुना है कि इम्यूलेटर्स होते हैं? अपने डेस्कटॉप पे?
डेफिनेटली।
एलईडी
सुना?
प्लेयर,
हाँ,
ब्लू स्टैक।
एग्जैक्टली। तो वो जो ब्लू स्टैक है वो सब है, वो कर क्या रहे हैं बेसिकली, वो तुम्हारे एक हार्डवेयर जो कि तुम्हारा एक फोन है उसको वर्चुअलाइज करके अवेलेबल करा रहे हैं तुम्हारे डेस्कटॉप पे, ठीक है। सो उसी को हम वर्चुअलाइजेशन कहते हैं। बेसिकली वो एक इम्यूलेटर हाइपरवाइजर का काम करता है। अब हाइपरवाइजर एक को हाइपरवाइजर और इम्यूलेटर्स को तुम सिनोनिम मान सकते हो, ठीक है। अब वर्चुअलाइजेशन क्या है? ट्रेडिशनल आर्किटेक्चर में हमारे क्या क्या था? ट्रेडिशनल आर्किटेक्चर में हमारे एक हार्डवेयर था, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम था और एप्लीकेशन थी। बस हुआ क्या, हमने एक वर्चुअलाइज लेयर लगा दी उसके बीच में, जो कि जो भी है तुम्हारा हार्डवेयर पार्ट था उसको उसने वर्चुअलाइज करके अवेलेबल करवा दिया, ठीक है। तो बेसिकली यही डिफरेंस है ट्रेडिशनल आर्किटेक्चर में और वर्चुअल आर्किटेक्चर में। हाइपर अभी मैंने इम्यूलेटर की बात करी, तो वो इम्यूलेटर एक हाइपरवाइजर है, जो भी तुम्हारा हार्डवेयर और ओएस अवेलेबल है उसको तुमने कन्वर्ट कर दिया वर्चुअलाइज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स में, ठीक है। लाइक तुम्हारा मेरे को याद नहीं है कौन से इम्यूलेटर्स आते थे, एक ब्लू स्टैक आता था और एक और आता था पबजी का इम्यूलेटर, मुझे याद नहीं क्या था वो, बट हाँ वो बेसिकली यही काम करता था, ठीक है। वीएम इंस्टेंसेस एक टर्म होती है जो अभी नेक्स्ट सेशन में तुम्हें और अच्छे से पता चलेगा, बट बेसिकली वीएम इंस्टेंस ऐसा मान लो कि एक वर्चुअल मशीन है, एक मशीन है जो वर्चुअली अवेलेबल है तुम्हारे पास। बेसिकली एक इमेज होती है मशीन की, बट ऐसा मानो कि एक डेस्कटॉप है, जो एक डेस्कटॉप मशीन है जो तुम्हारा अवेलेबल है ऑनलाइन, ठीक है। सो वीएम इंस्टेंस क्या होता है? बेसिकली इंस्टेंस इज अ वर्चुअल मशीन होस्टेड ऑन गूगल्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, ठीक है। वीएम कैसे बनाते हैं? ये 3 तरीके होते हैं, वो तुम्हें आगे बताएंगे, आगे नेक्स्ट सेशन में बताएंगे। एक लेटेंसी टर्म होती है, लेटेंसी टर्म के बारे में कितनों को पता है? चैट सेक्शन या अनम्यूट करके बता सकते हो। गेमर्स को तो पता ही होगा यार लेटेंसी।
रेज कर लो जिनको पता है।
देखो अपन फॉर्मल सेशन में स्टार्टिंग में मैं हिंदी में इसलिए स्टार्ट हुआ, मुझे पता है तुम फॉर्मल सेशन की आदत नहीं है अभी फर्स्ट और सेकंड ईयर को।
सर हम जो अपनी साइड से रेस्पॉन्स करते हैं वो हमारा रेस्पॉन्स सर्वर तक पहुंचने में जो टाइम लगता है उसे लेटेंसी कहते हैं।
हाँ, सर्वर तक पहुंचने तक भी, और उसके बाद तुम पे रिस्पॉन्स आएगा उस पूरे ड्यूरेशन को, ठीक है। सो जितनी
ओके सर।
हाई लेटेंसी होगी क्या उतना अच्छा सिस्टम होगा, या जितनी लो लेटेंसी होगी उतना अच्छा सिस्टम होगा?
जितनी लो लेटेंसी होगी उतना अच्छा
जितनी
सिस्टम होगा।
जितनी लो लेटेंसी होगी। तो लेटेंसी टर्म एक हमको पता होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। ये एक छोटा सा मीम है काइंड ऑफ, ठीक है। अपन आगे अब रीजन एंड जोन्स की बारी आती है, ठीक है। तो व्हाट आर रीजंस? रीजंस आर बेसिकली एक इंडिपेंडेंट एरिया है जो कि सेवरल जोन से मिलकर बनता है, ठीक है। और जोन्स क्या है? जहां पे तुम जो भी तुम्हारी क्लाउड सर्विसेज है उन्हें डिप्लॉय करते हो। इन सब टर्म का भैया अभी मतलब क्या है वो आगे पता चलेगा जब तुम गूगल क्लाउड कंसोल को ओपन करेंगे अपन, ठीक है। सो ये अपना बेसिक सा है कि रीजन क्या है, जोन क्या है। जब तुम गूगल क्लाउड कंसोल खोलोगे तो यहाँ पे मल्टीपल जोन्स दिखेंगे कि यूरोप वेस्ट ए है, यूरोप वेस्ट 2 का बी है। अब जोन्स होते क्यों हैं? बेसिकली पहली बात तो ये, फॉर एग्जांपल मान लो तुमने एक अपनी मशीन, एक कोई भी ऐप बनाया, उसको एक ही मशीन में तुमने स्टोर करा रखा है, तुमको गिटहब विटहब नहीं पता, तुमने एक जगह स्टोर करा रखा है। अब अगर वो सिस्टम में कुछ भी क्रैश हुआ तो तुम्हारा क्या वो जो ऐप है वो भी फिर अनअवेलेबल नहीं हो जाएगा तुम्हारे पास? अगर मान लो एक ही सिस्टम पे तुम्हारा एक ऐप बना रखा है तुमने और सारी उसके रिसोर्सेज वहीं पे अवेलेबल हैं, तो देयर आर हाई चांसेस कि अगर मशीन क्रैश हुई तो तुम उसको उस रिसोर्सेज को खो दोगे। सो मल्टी जोनल रिसोर्सेज या मल्टी जोनल डिप्लॉयमेंट करने का फायदा यही होता है कि अगर इफ वन थिंग क्रैशेस तब भी तुम्हारा जो भी सर्वर या जो भी तुम्हारी मशीन है वो चलती रहे, ठीक है। सो ये फायदा है मल्टी जोनल रिसोर्सेज का। एक अभी टर्म आई थी लास्ट सेशन में, जो एक ग्राफ दिखाया था सप्तऋषि सर ने कि विथ टाइम स्टैम्प्स सर्वर लोड बढ़ रहा था। सो क्लाउड हैव द आंसर फॉर दैट क्वेश्चन कि अगर मान लो तुम्हारा सडनली सर्वर लोड बढ़े, अच्छा ठीक है, ये तुमको उस टाइम मतलब अगर तुम्हें लेमन टर्म्स में बताऊं तो क्रिकेट मैच सब भी देखते हैं हॉटस्टार में, देखते हो नहीं देखते हो?
जी
भाई रिस्पॉन्स करो,
जी जी।
देखते
यस
हो।
सर।
और अगर मान लो इंडिया का मैच चल रहा है, तो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर 3 करोड़ लोग देख रहे हैं एक मोमेंट ऑफ टाइम पे, और जैसे ही धोनी की एंट्री होती है तो 5 करोड़ हो जाते हैं, तो फर्क पड़ेगा ना सर्वर के लोड पे? एक बार सडनली 2 करोड़ का हाइक आ गई लोड सर्वर पर, सोचो कि सडनली 2 करोड़ लोग एक साथ अगर वापस से आ गए देखने के लिए, तो जो सर्वर है उसके ऊपर कितना लोड पड़ेगा, क्योंकि सेम कंटेंट को कंज्यूम जो कर रहे हैं लोग वो बढ़ गए हैं अब। सो वहां पे लोड बैलेंसिंग काम आती है। लोड बैलेंसिंग बेसिकली एक काइंड ऑफ सर्विस ही है क्लाउड की जो प्रोवाइड कराता है। उसमें हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हम जो हमारा लोड है उसको डिवाइड कर सकते हैं डिफरेंट डिफरेंट वीएम्स या फिर मशीन्स में। ठीक है, इस तरीके से कि जो अपना जो भी क्लाइंट से रिक्वेस्ट आ रही है उनको हम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सर्वर्स पे वो कर सकें, भेज सके, ताकि एक सर्वर पे लोड ना आए। ठीक है, ये एक एग्जांपल है कंटेंट बेस्ड लोड बैलेंसिंग का। इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि अगर फॉर एग्जांपल तुम्हारा एक वीडियो कंटेंट आ रहा है और एक नॉर्मल कंटेंट आ रहा है, तो वीडियो कंटेंट को हैंडल करने के लिए डिफरेंट मशीन बना रखी है, और जो नॉर्मल कंटेंट आ रहा है उसको करने के लिए डिफरेंट ग्रुप है। सो ये काइंड ऑफ एग्जांपल है, मैं ज्यादा इसमें डीप में नहीं जा रहा अभी, बट हमको पता होना चाहिए लोड बैलेंसिंग हो क्या रही है। ठीक है, अब अपन आते हैं अपनी मेन टॉपिक पे जो था फायरबेस। जस्ट अ सेकेंड, फायरबेस के बारे में कितनों को पता है? अनम्यूट करके बताओ एक बार।
पता है सर।
अनिकेत पता है बोला या नहीं पता है? मेरे को आवाज
पता है सर।
पता है। तो कितनों ने इंटीग्रेट कर रखा है फायरबेस ऑलरेडी?
सर ऑथेंटिकेशन के लिए यूज किया था।
ऑथेंटिकेशन के यूज किया था। अच्छा, कौन कौन ये जो सोल्यूशन चैलेंज है उसमें, ये तुम क्या सभी सोल्यूशन चैलेंज में पार्ट ले रहे हो अभी?
यस सर।
ठीक है, तो तुमने या तो तुम ऐप बना रहे होंगे या वेब बना रहे होंगे, बस दो, यही दो ऑप्शन है अपन जो बना रहे हैं। कोई और इसके अलावा बना रहा है? एनीवन? सो फायरबेस क्या है ना, फायरबेस जस्ट से मैं एक बार ब्यूटी कर लूं। फायरबेस इसका सोल्यूशन है, क्योंकि होता क्या है ना, एक सेकेंड। ठीक है, स्क्रीन विजिबल है?
हाँ विजिबल है।
Yeah, it's
ओके, सो ये हमारा ट्रेडिशनल ऐप डेवलपमेंट का एक आर्किटेक्चर होता है कि जो भी डिवाइस है उस डिवाइस पे अपना डिवाइस को सर्वर से हम कनेक्ट करते हैं, एंड डेटाबेस अलग से कनेक्ट करते हैं। फिर जो भी रिक्वेस्ट है वो सर्वर डेटाबेस और क्लाइंट के जो क्लाइंट है उसके बीच में चलती रहती है। बट फायरबेस का एडवांटेज क्या है इस चीज में? फायरबेस के एडवांटेज क्या है? फायरबेस, अगर फायरबेस को अपन इंटीग्रेट कर लेते हैं ना, तो जो भी हमारी स्टोरेज है, जो भी डेटाबेस है, या फिर अपन होस्टिंग है, या फिर ऑथेंटिकेशन, सब चीजें एक साथ अपने को अब मिल जाती है फायरबेस के ऊपर। ठीक है, और फायरबेस इंटीग्रेट करना बहुत ईजी है। मतलब मैं सच्ची बताऊं, अगर फर्स्ट टाइम इंटीग्रेट करोगे तो एक सारे डॉक्यूमेंट वगैरह पढ़ के, या फिर एक छोटी सी 8-9 मिनट की वीडियो भी देखोगे तो दो बहुत आसानी से इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हो तुम उसको। ठीक है, तो फायरबेस के एडवांटेज यही है कि बहुत ईजी है। क्या क्या सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड कराता है फायरबेस? सो पहली तो है कि रियल टाइम डेटाबेस या रियल टाइम स्टोरेज प्रोवाइड कराता है। रियल टाइम स्टोरेज डेटाबेस से मतलब क्या है हमारा, कि जो भी हमारी स्टोर, अपन मान लो फॉर एग्जांपल एक फॉर्म बनाया हमने, फॉर्म की जो वैल्यूज है हमने स्टोर कराई डेटाबेस पे, तो वो एक ट्री काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर में स्टोर हो जाएगी जेसन फॉर्मेट में। जेसन फॉर्मेट में स्टोर होके वो एक मतलब बहुत ही बड़ा हायरार्की में स्टोर हो जाएगी ट्री लाइक स्ट्रक्चर में। ठीक है, और क्या प्रोवाइड करता है? ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोवाइड कराता है। ऑथेंटिकेशन, व्हाट इज ऑथेंटिकेशन? बेसिकली जो तुम एक साइन इन करते हो ईमेल पासवर्ड से या गूगल से, तुम देखते हो ना कोई भी ऐप में लॉगिन करने के लिए ऑप्शन आते हैं, गूगल साइन इन विद गूगल, साइन इन विद मेटा, साइन इन विद ट्विटर, तो वो ऑथेंटिकेशन सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड कराता है। ठीक है, स्टोरेज, डेफिनेटली स्टोरेज तो है ही। तो ये एडवांटेज है फायरबेस को यूज करने की। फायरबेस के जो डेटाबेस है, बेसिकली दो टाइप के डेटाबेस होते हैं अपने, एक तो रियल टाइम होता है, एक फाइल स्टोर होता है। दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है? जो रियल टाइम डेटाबेस है वो ऐसे स्टोर करता है किसी भी अपने डेटा को, लाइक ये ट्री स्ट्रक्चर में। ठीक है, और अगर जो अपना ये जेसन फॉर्मेट में होता है, ये वाला जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है। और अगर अपन फाइल स्टोर डेटाबेस की बात करें, तो वो जो भी मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स डेटा जो होते हैं उनको स्टोर करने के लिए यूज लिया जाता है। ठीक है, जो डेटा होता है वो अपन रियल टाइम में सिंक कर सकते हैं अपने एप्स के थ्रू। मतलब ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आप चेंज करो और उसके बाद फिर वापस से आपको होस्ट करना पड़े। रियल टाइम में आपका वो डेटा डिप्लॉय हो जाएगा। ठीक है, इसका स्नैपशॉट ले सकते हो, या फिर मैं पीडीएफ प्रोवाइड करवा दूंगा कुछ रिसोर्सेज के लिए, क्योंकि अभी टाइम की कमी है तो मैं सब चीज़ें डीप में एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन हाँ यहाँ से तुम देख सकते हो, चीज़ों को इंटीग्रेट करना सीख सकते हो। ले लिया स्नैपशॉट, आगे बढ़ो। हेलो,
Yes, sir.
या
हम जो फायरबेस होता है वो आपको एनोनिमस यूजर्स को भी अलाउ करता है। एनोनिमस यूजर्स क्या होते हैं, तुमने देखा होगा कि जब भी तुम किसी ई कॉमर्स फॉर एग्जांपल फ्लिपकार्ट हो गया या फिर अमेजोन हो गया, उसमें जब तुम साइन इन करते हो तो तुमको जरूरत नहीं होती कि तुम उसमें लॉग इन करो उसके बाद ये ऐड टू कार्ट करो, ऐड टू कार्ट हो जाता है। देखा है किसी ने? सो ये काइंड ऑफ एनोनिमस यूजर्स का एनोनिमस यूजर्स की फैसिलिटी होती है जो फायरबेस प्रोवाइड कराता है, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट इज ये वही एनोनिमस वाला हो गया। फायरबेस ऑथ, अभी एक स्टूडेंट ने बोला कि उसने फायरबेस ऑथेंटिकेशन यूज लिया है, तो फायरबेस ऑथेंटिकेशन इज नथिंग, जो तुम्हारा लॉगिन और रजिस्ट्रेशन होता है वो प्रोवाइड कराता है, ठीक है। एक बेसिक सी एपीआई होती है। किस किस पोर्टल से तुम लॉगिन कर सकते हो? फर्स्ट इज गूगल, मेटा, ट्विटर, गिटहब एंड लास्ट वन इज योर ईमेल, मतलब ईमेल आईडी पासवर्ड होता है ना कि तुम अपने ही वेबसाइट में ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड जनरेट करवा रहे हो। सो ये जो है मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस है फायरबेस के पास। और एडवांटेज क्या है, इन सबका जो अपना ऑट टोकन होता है वो एक ही बनता है। तो यही एडवांटेज है कि तुम्हें डिफरेंट डिफरेंट लॉगिन प्रोवाइडर्स या ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोवाइडर्स की जरूरत नहीं है, तुम सिंगल ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोवाइडर से भी काम कर सकते हो। एक चीज है बस कि जो मेटा है, मेटा का अपना एक अलग सिस्टम है ऑथेंटिकेशन के लिए। तुम मेटा फॉर डेवलपर सर्च करोगे अगर गूगल पर तो तुम्हें दिख जाएगा कि वहां से ऑथेंटिकेशन कैसे होता है। फायरबेस इंटीग्रेट करने में हेल्प करता है, बट हमको मेटा फॉर डेवलपर के थ्रू भी थोड़ा वहां पे सेटिंग्स चेंज करनी पड़ती है। नेक्स्ट एडवांटेज क्या है फायरबेस की, सेशन मैनेजमेंट प्रोवाइड करवाता है। तुम सेशंस को मैनेज कर सकते हो। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर तुमने लॉगिन कर रखा है तो लॉगिन करने के बाद अगर फॉर एग्जांपल तुम्हारी लाइट चली जाए या फिर नेटवर्क डाउन हो जाए, तो नेटवर्क डाउन के बाद भी अगर तुम वापस लॉगिन करो तो वो जो सेशन है वो मैनेज रहना चाहिए। सो वो प्रोवाइड कराता है। पासवर्ड रीसेट फैसिलिटी, ये सब तो है ही। एनोनिमस अकाउंट्स का हमने डील कर लिया। ये फायरबेस ऑथेंटिकेशंस के कुछ रिसोर्सेज है, इनको तुम स्क्रीनशॉट्स ले सकते हो। नेक्स्ट इज फायरबेस स्टोरेज। फायरबेस स्टोरेज में क्या है, क्लाउड स्टोरेज का सुना है किसी ने? गूगल क्लाउड स्टोरेज। गाइस हेलो, सो गए? ओके, चैट सेक्शन पे, ओके ठीक है। सो गूगल क्लाउड स्टोरेज अगर तुमने सुना होगा, एक बार मैं नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में जाता हूँ। ऐसी बकेट, ऐसा आइकन सा बना हुआ आता है, और अभी हमने प्रीवियस सेशन में भी डिस्कस किया था। सो फायरबेस स्टोरेज भी उसी पे बेस्ड है, गूगल क्लाउड स्टोरेज पे ही। बेसिकली तुम इमेजेस हो गए या फिर तुम्हारा नेम्स हो, जो भी मतलब फाइल्स हुई, इमेजेस हुई, डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ मीडिया मटेरियल हुआ, वो तुम स्टोर करा सकते हो गूगल क्लाउड स्टोरेज में और फिर फैच कर सकते हो अपने फायरबेस स्टोरेज के थ्रू, ठीक है। उसमें बैकएंड में गूगल क्लाउड स्टोरेज ही काम कर रही होती है। फायरबेस भी गूगल क्लाउड का ही एक पार्ट है। सो वो इसको अलग मत समझना, गूगल क्लाउड से सेम चीज ही है। अभी कंसोल में अपन देखेंगे क्या होता है। वही है कि फायरबेस स्टोरेज को तुम अपने अपने डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एप्स में यूज ले सकते हो। नेक्स्ट इज सिक्योरिटी। फायरबेस ऑफकोर्स सी बात है, गूगल का ही प्रोडक्ट है। सो सिक्योरिटी वाइज अगर देखा जाए तो ऑफकोर्स कोई भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज वहां पे हो नहीं रहा, ठीक है। और जो भी तुम इस पे फायरबेस स्टोरेज पे राइट या रीड एंड राइट करते हो, वो काफी ज्यादा एक हायरार्की से फॉलो होके मैनेज होता है। सो उससे भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं आती उसमें। ये अब एक बार अपन हैंड्स ऑन पे चलते हैं। फायरबेस सिक्योरिटी के अगर बारे में तुम्हें जानना है तो यहाँ से देख सकते हो। सो बिफोर हैंड्स ऑन, अगर फायरबेस में किसी को कोई डाउट है, फायरबेस के ये जो छोटा सा इंट्रोडक्शन था इसमें डाउट है तो बता दो एक बार। हेलो, ठीक है,
गाइस एक्टिव हो जाओ आप लोग, चैट में लिख दो कोई डाउट हो तो, या फिर अनम्यूट भी कर सकते हो।
ओके नेवर माइंड, मैं एक बार मैं फायरबेस कंसोल दिखा देता हूँ तुम्हें। ये बेसिक सा फायरबेस कंसोल है। तुम अगर टाइप करोगे फायरबेस कंसोल तो तुमको गूगल पे मिल जाएगा। यहाँ से तुम ऐड प्रोजेक्ट कर सकते हो। अगर फॉर एग्जांपल अगर तुम एक नया प्रोजेक्ट ऐड करते हो तो वो कैसे दिखेगा वो भी बताता हूँ, बट मैं एक बार अपना पुराना कोई प्रोजेक्ट खोल के दिखा देता हूँ। सो ये ऐसा इंटरफेस आता है जिसमें ऑथेंटिकेशन जो हमने बात करी, क्लाउड फायर स्टोर जो मैं बता रहा था कि तुम्हें अगर कॉम्प्लेक्स डेटा को स्टोर कराना है तो फायर स्टोर का यूज ले सकते हो। रियल टाइम डेटाबेस जो होता है, रियल टाइम डेटाबेस यहाँ से दिख जाएगा तुम्हें। बेसिकली ये एक प्लेसमेंट पोर्टल काइंड ऑफ बनाया था उसका है, जिसमें ये देखो अभी जो मैंने बताया था कि रियल टाइम डेटाबेस ऐसे जेसन फॉर्मेट में स्टोर होता है ट्री लाइक स्ट्रक्चर में, तो ये वही ट्री लाइक स्ट्रक्चर है जिसमें ऑथेंटिकेशन डिटेल्स सारी स्टोर हो रही है। अगर कोई भी यूजर साइन इन करता है, साइन आउट करता है, तो वो यहाँ पे हमको दिख जाएगा ऑथेंटिकेशन के अंदर कि यहाँ पे उसका यूजर नेम और पासवर्ड के बारे में आप देख सकते हो। नॉट पासवर्ड, सॉरी, यूजर नेम। एंड डिफरेंट डिफरेंट यहाँ पे तुमको सर्विसेज मिल जाएगी। ऑथेंटिकेशन हो गया, ऐप चेक हो गया, डेटाबेसेस हो गए, स्टोरेज हो गया, होस्टिंग। हाँ, लाइक गिटहब भी तुम्हें होस्टिंग प्रोवाइड कराता है। तुम गिटहब से भी होस्ट कर सकते हो अपने वेबसाइट्स या फिर एप्स को भी, बट फायरबेस तुम्हें प्रोवाइड कराता है। फायरबेस में फायदा ये है कि हमारा जो गूगल एनालिटिक्स होता है वो साथ में इंटीग्रेट हो जाता है अपने फायरबेस से अगर अपन होस्टिंग करते हैं तो। क्लाउड फंक्शंस प्रोवाइड कराता है जो कि सर्वरलेस होते हैं बेसिकली, और भी बहुत से सर्विसेज जो ये प्रोवाइड कराता है। बहुत ईजी है फायरबेस को इंटीग्रेट करना। एक सेकेंड, मैं जैसे एक बेसिक सा फायरबेस प्रोजेक्ट बताता हूँ कैसे बनता है। फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने अभी एक नया प्रोजेक्ट बनाया। इफ यू वांट गूगल एनालिटिक्स तो तुम उसको ऐड कर सकते हो, अदरवाइज कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ऐड नहीं भी करोगे तो सिंपली क्रिएट पे क्लिक कर देना है। अनम्यूट करके डाउट पूछ सकते हो, मेरे को चैट सेक्शन नहीं दिख रहा अभी, इसलिए अगर किसी को कोई डाउट है तो। आफ्टर क्रिएटिंग योर प्रोजेक्ट एक ऐसी स्क्रीन आएगी जहाँ पे तुम्हारा प्रोजेक्ट नेम आ रहा होगा। ठीक है, अब किस किस प्लेटफॉर्म पे तुम इसको इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हो। iOS एप्स बना रहा हो कोई स्विफ्ट के ऊपर, एंड्रॉयड बना रहा हो कॉटलैन वगैरह पे, वेब ऐप बना रहा हो यानी कि अपनी वेबसाइट HTML किसी के भी ऊपर, कोई यूनिटी डेवलपर हो, गेम डेवलपर हो यहाँ पे, तो वो यूनिटी डेवलपर भी इसको इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं। एंड नेक्स्ट इज फ्लटर। फ्लटर अभी तक नहीं था इस फायरबेस में, कुछ टाइम पहले तक, अभी ये इन्होंने इंटीग्रेट किया। पहले फ्लटर का भी हमें इंडिविजुअल एप्पल iOS और कॉटलिन ये जो एंड्रॉयड है इसका इसके थ्रू हम इंटीग्रेट करते थे। अब फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मुझे वेब पे करना है तो मैं यहाँ पे वेब पे क्लिक करूंगा, अपना ऐप को रजिस्टर करूंगा सबसे पहले। अगेन डेमो, मेरे को होस्टिंग इसके अभी मैं अलग से होस्टिंग इंटीग्रेट करूंगा, सेटअप तो मैं भी यहाँ पे नहीं कर रहा। ऐप को रजिस्टर कर दो। फिर यहाँ पे दो मोड है जिसके थ्रू तुम फायरबेस को इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हो। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर नॉर्मल HTML CSS वाला है बंदा, कोई अगर एक ऐसा जना है जिसको सिर्फ HTML CSS और जावास्क्रिप्ट से ही काम कर रहा है तो वो यहाँ से सिंपल कॉपी पेस्ट करना है इस चीज को। ये तुम्हारा जो है प्रोजेक्ट की API कीज और ऑथेंटिकेशन IDs वगैरह हैं, तो ये सबसे मेन चीज होती है किसी भी फायरबेस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए। मैं एक फायरबेस प्रोजेक्ट खोल के भी दिखा देता हूँ तुम्हें। जस्ट अ सेकेंड। ये अभी मेजर प्रोजेक्ट दिया था हमने रिसेंटली, तो जैसे कि ये है लॉगिन फॉर्म है, सो वो वहां से कॉपी पेस्ट करके बस यहीं पे ये जो चीजें दिख रही सेम है, यहाँ पे जो तुम्हें दिख रही है और यहाँ पे जो चीज है ये सेम है, बस तुम्हें यहाँ से उठा के कॉपी करके यहाँ वहां पे पेस्ट करना है, फिर कंटिन्यू कर देना है कंसोल पे। अब तुम्हारा ऐप रजिस्टर हो चुका है, ऐप रजिस्टर हुआ है नहीं हुआ वो कैसे चेक करना होता है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरी ये HTML CSS वाली फाइल थी, तो मुझे यहाँ पे इसको लाइव मतलब लाइव सर्वर से ओपन करूंगा एंड साइट पे जाके इंस्पेक्ट करूंगा। सो और देन कंसोल में जाऊंगा, तो यहाँ से अगर तुम्हें यहाँ पे दिख रहा है फायरबेस ऐप का, तो यानी कि तुम्हारा फायरबेस इंटीग्रेट हो चुका है। अगर यहाँ पे कोई भी एरर आ रहा है तो उस एरर को सॉर्ट करो तुम, कुछ ना कुछ गलती होगी, बट बेसिक सा इतना इजी सा ही होता है इसको इंटीग्रेट करना। देन और जो नीचे ये लिख रखा है ये भी तुमको दिख रहा होगा कि ये तो फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे को जावास्क्रिप्ट नहीं आती, मैं ऐप का बंदा वेब ऐप का बंदा नहीं हूँ, मेरे को जावास्क्रिप्ट नहीं आती, तो तब मैं क्या करूं भैया? तब तुम्हें कुछ नहीं करना, तुम्हें फायरबेस के इस पे जाना है, यहाँ पे दिख रहा है डॉक, डॉक पे जाना है, देन बिल्ड, एंड देन यहाँ पे तुम्हारे लेफ्ट में तुम्हारे सारे सर्विसेज आ गई। मुझे अगर ऑथेंटिकेशन करना है तो ऑथेंटिकेशन किस में करना है? वेब में। यहाँ पे गए, यहाँ पे पूरे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है विद कोड, तुम्हें अपना कोड लिखने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, सारा कोड यहाँ पे अवेलेबल है, ठीक है। मुझे गेट मतलब लाइक नेक्स्ट गेट स्टार्टेड में गए, थोड़ा जो टेम्पलेट कोड है वो यहाँ पे अवेलेबल रहेगा, थोड़ा बहुत चेंजेस करने पड़ेंगे, बट स्टिल तुम चीजें कर सकते हो यहाँ से, बहुत इजीली हो जाएंगी, ठीक है। सब चीजें यहाँ पे अवेलेबल। मेरे को अगर ऑथेंटिकेशन हो गया, ये मेरे को स्टोरेज करनी है तो मैं स्टोरेज भी कर सकता हूँ, ये रहा रियल टाइम डेटाबेस। अगेन सेम चीज वेब पे जाके यहाँ से तुम सारी चीजें देख सकते हो कि कैसे इंटीग्रेट करना है। सो बेसिक सा कहने का मतलब यही है कि तुम्हें डॉक्यूमेंटेशन पढ़ के भी तुम चीजें कर सकते हो, इफ इन केस तुम्हें इतनी जावास्क्रिप्ट वगैरह नहीं आती तो। और मैं ऑथेंटिकेशन की बात कर रहा था, ऑथेंटिकेशन यहाँ से ऑथेंटिकेशन में क्लिक करोगे तो तुम्हें फिर गेट स्टार्टेड में क्लिक करना है यहाँ पे। ये रहे तुम्हारे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्रोवाइडर जहाँ से तुम इजीली ऑथेंटिकेशन इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हो, ठीक है। कुछ नहीं करना, बस फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे को ईमेल पासवर्ड करना है, यहाँ पे ईमेल पासवर्ड में क्लिक करके इनेबल कर दूंगा एंड देन सेव, तुम्हारा ऑथेंटिकेशन यहाँ से हो जाएगा। अब इसका कोड करने के लिए तुम्हें जो मैंने अभी बताया कि डॉक्स में जाके ऑथेंट कोड उसका वहां पे लिखने के लिए तुम्हें यहाँ से कोड निकालना पड़ेगा, और अदरवाइज अगर तुम्हें जावास्क्रिप्ट आती है तो तुमको पता लग जाएगा कैसे कोड करना है, क्योंकि बेसिक सा ये लॉगिन का ही कोड है, देखो कुछ नहीं है, जस्ट जनरल जावास्क्रिप्ट है और कुछ भी नहीं, इतना सा कोड है लॉगिन का। एंड ये तो हर फाइल का सेम रहेगा ये वाला कोड, तो तुम इसकी एक जनरल फाइल भी बना सकते हो। देन ऑथेंटिकेशन हो गया। स्टोरेज भी सेम सिमिलरली है, कुछ नहीं करना, बस स्टोरेज में जाके स्टोरेज तुम्हें ऑन करनी है, बिल्ड में रियल टाइम डेटाबेस, ये मैंने ऑन ऑलरेडी कर रखा है यहाँ पे गेट, तो बस तुम्हें गेट स्टार्टेड करना था और कुछ नहीं, लोड होने में टाइम ले रहा है, बस यहाँ से क्रिएट डेटाबेस कर देना है। हाँ, एक चीज का ध्यान रखना है कि जब भी एक नया प्रोजेक्ट बनाओ, फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे लॉन्च पैड का मैं बताता हूँ, तो जो स्टोरेज है तुम्हारी, स्टोरेज के अंदर तुम्हें इसके जो रूल्स हैं उनका ध्यान रखना है कि रीड एंड राइट, अगर तुम जो भी चाह रहे हो तुम्हारे प्रोजेक्ट से वो तुम्हें ध्यान रखना है, इनके रूल्स चेंज करने होते हैं तुमको, तो जो भी तुम अपने प्रोजेक्ट से चाह रहे हो वो यहाँ पे उस उसके हिसाब से रूल्स एडजस्ट करने पड़ेंगे। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मुझे रीड एंड राइट दोनों करने हैं तो मैं ट्रू रखूंगा दोनों को, मेरे को नहीं करने तो मैं इसको चेंज करूंगा। सो बेसिक सा यही है, टाइम अभी बहुत कम है, तो यही इसी मतलब बेसिक सा यही है कि डॉग से तुम सारी चीजें कर सकते हो, और अगर किसी को कोई डाउट है तो अभी तो टाइम की कमी है, बट अपन प्रॉपर हैंड्स ऑन भी कर सकते हैं, मेरे को तुम पिंग कर लेना। सो दैट्स फ्रॉम माय साइड। और हाँ, हैकेथॉन्स से रिलेटेड भी अगर किसी को डाउट है तो वो भी पूछ सकता है कोई अभी, कि अगर किसी को अपने प्रोजेक्ट में कोई दिक्कत आ रही है तो वो भी पूछ सकता है। थैंक यू सो मच।
I guess Piyush explained it really well and मैंने जैसा कि आपसे कहा था कि स्पीकर्स आपको एकदम बेसिक से पढ़ाएंगे, उन्होंने आपको पीयूष ने आपको बेसिकली वैसे ही पढ़ाया है जो एग्जैक्टली आप अपने सोल्यूशन चैलेंज के प्रोजेक्ट में इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हो। सो अगर आपने अपना प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट कर लिया एंड यू हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ डाउट, यू कैन आस्क इन द चैट बॉक्स, यू कैन इवन अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ बिकॉज दिस इज अ वेरी नाइस अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर यू। आप डायरेक्टली किसी एक एक्सपर्टीज वाले पर्सन से पूछ सकते हो। सप्तऋषि सर इज ऑल्सो देयर, स्वर्णदीप इज ऑल्सो देयर, पीयूष ऑफ देम।
किसी को अगर नॉर्मल जनरल डाउट्स भी है हैकेथॉन से रिलेटेड, लाइक सोल्यूशन चैलेंजेस आई थिंक एक काइंड ऑफ हैकेथॉन ही है, सो अगर उसमें भी किसी को कोई डाउट आ रहा है हाउ टू विन दैट, एक एडवाइस जरूर दूंगा कि अगर किसी को अगर कोई अपना प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम करता है तो जस्ट मेक अ फ्लो चार्ट ऑफ इट, ताकि तुमको एक आइडिया रहे कि चीजें कैसे वर्क करने वाली है। डाटा डीएफडी और डाटा फ्लो डायग्राम इन सब की आदत डाल लो, बहुत काम आता है। तो वो एक एडवाइस ज़्यादा सही रहेगी। मैंने भी अपनी जितनी हैकेथॉन्स जीती है, लेट इट बी स्मार्ट इंडिया हैकेथॉन या फिर जो भी नेशनल लेवल हैकेथॉन्स हैं, उनमें सब में बहुत एडवांटेज मिली है इस चीज़ से, अगर मेरा एक डाटा डीएफडी मेरे पास रहता है तो एक्सप्लेन करने में। एंड मैंने
पीयूष आप म्यूट हो गए हो।
जो भी ट्रैक्स हैं एक काफ़ी ज़्यादा सोल्यूशन चैलेंज में जो भी ट्रैक्स हैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा सिमिलर हैं एक हमारे जो नॉर्मल हैकेथॉन्स होती हैं। तो हेल्थ प्रोजेक्ट्स, हेल्थ हो गया या फिर एजुकेशन सेक्टर्स हो गए, तो बहुत सारे ऐसे ट्रैक्स हैं जो जनरल ट्रैक्स हैं जिसमें तुम बना सकते हो एक अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट। और प्रोजेक्ट से रिलेटेड भी किसी को गाइडेंस चाहिए या कोई स्टार्ट नहीं कर पा रहा तो पूछ सकता है। एंड बस यही, दैट्स फ्रॉम माय साइड।
That was really helpful, Piyush. And if anyone has a doubt, please ask in the chat box. And without wasting time, let's introduce the third speaker. Um, just a second. Speaker is Swarnadeep Saha. He is the cloud executive at GDSC SIT, and I hope most of you know him because while you were doing the labs in the solution challenge Google Cloud Study Jams, then the links which you had of the hands-on labs, they were provided by Swarnadeep only. So he is also the founder of SSP Gemini, and I hope Swarnadeep आप इनको एक बार अपना Gemini AI वाला version आप दिखाएंगे. And he also is a YouTube content creator, and this is his YouTube ID. And I'll share the details in the chat box also if you want to connect with him on LinkedIn also. So Swarnadeep, over to you. Would be conducting a hands-on today.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek, for the wonderful introduction. Yeah, now let's start with the I am Swarnadeep Shabakar. Okay, is my screen visible? The screen is, yeah, just a minute. Okay, so yeah, I am Swarnadeep Shabakar. I am from second year Silicon Institute of Technology. I was the cloud executive facilitator for this year, and also I am Google I/O and different IO or another GTG Siliguri volunteers, since it is my local GTG. So, as Saptharishi has said, or as Piyush has said, how to work with the cloud, what are the features that we have in the cloud. So, is there any means I will show the practical application of cloud, like how to work with it exactly. So, any web developers over here who are into web development? Anybody? Just you can unmute or write in the chat section.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you, Aniket. So, most of you are using for like free hosting services. Most of you are using GitHub pages, right? Any other user who have used other than GitHub pages for hosting? Any other applications or any other software or any?
Netlify and Heroku, sir.
Okay, Netleaf and Heroku. Like, have you ever wondered like how they have worked? Have you ever wondering? You have wondered like how the application or the web application are hosted while you are hosting it in a computer. You are running a live server, just like just that they are also hosted in the cloud. Okay, let's don't waste any time and let's go to the Google Cloud Console. So okay, I will show like how to deploy application from scratch. Okay, for that we need to open our Google Cloud Console. Okay. Is the screen visible, Avishi? Hello, hello, am I audible?
Sir, audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's create a project in cloud. Create a new project. GDSC. Okay, this is the project name. Okay, let's click create over here. Okay, wait for a few minutes. The project should be starting. Yeah. Now we will be selecting the project. Okay. Now, as Rishi sir mentioned in the earlier, uh, in the first stage, we have been hearing about virtual machines, or Piyush Lakheda sir said about the virtual machines in the Firebase. So, like, this is the Firebase, this is the virtual machine. We'll be creating it first. Okay. First, we'll go to the virtual instances. Okay. We will be enabling the API overview. Otherwise, we cannot use it. Okay. Just a minute or one or two. Okay, like anybody have used any custom web service page, like anybody hosted any server or something, anything like that in Google Cloud or AWS in Azure, anything on the other, any web service? Okay, yeah. The instance has been opened, so we will be creating instance. Clicking over here. Okay. Uh, let's say we will be naming it out at web server. Okay. Okay. Now let's choose. Okay. Yeah. No spaces are allowed. Sorry for that. And also the case. Now, as Rishi sir mentioned, there are different kind of zones and regions. So, if the target audience is in like in India, so we have to look in the Asia Pacific region. So we will be choosing the, let's suppose, Delhi, Asia South Delhi, Asia South 2. That is the Delhi region. That means the data center which this virtual machine will be hosted, that is located in Delhi. The zone can be anything, either it may be A, B, or C, anything. Not a big issue. Okay. Here comes the thing. See, there are different kind of virtual machines. So according to your need, you need to select out your virtual machines. Either you may be having you high RAM usage, or maybe you not that much RAM usage, but you're trying to making a file server. So in that case, you will be needing more storage. So let guess on E2. Okay, and we will be choosing here E2 micro. Since we are just hosting a simple server, we does not need any high configuration server or something like that. Yeah, that here is the monthly estimation used. Like you're buying this server, so Google will be charging you right over here. So here it is showing 7.82 USD. That means it will be charging nearly around $8 per month. That comes approx and 640 rupees. 640, 650 rupees they will be charged for a month, for every month by Google. Okay. Now let it be normal. All the things are okay. Deploy container does not been required. Default access will be, as of now we will not be doing anything, just all the things will be default. Like okay, uh, anybody has done Google Cloud Jam here this year or the other, any year? Anybody or have any little idea about Google Cloud, like how do you use? Or okay, so like you are using Google Cloud in two ways. First is the GUI interface, that is Google Cloud Console. So this is called the Google Cloud Console, and another is here. This is known as the Cloud Shell. Mostly we prefer this. Like while doing the labs, we just copy the code and paste it here. All this is the thing we have all almost done in Google Cloud. So it is more easier. You can just also, so here you will be, while creating virtual machines, you will be seeing here option known as equivalent code. So like when you will be seeing the equivalent code, you will be clicking on this. Yeah. So this is the equivalent code you need to run in Google Cloud Shell. Then this virtual machine is also will be created. Okay, now do we can do a thing. We will be doing not here. From here only we will do run in Cloud Shell. You have to authorize. It will be creating the virtual machine in a while. Yeah. Okay. Now we can click over cancel here. We will be just refreshing the page once. Yeah, you can see that virtual machine is created over here. And as you know, I guess you must be knowing that what is internal IP and what is external IP. So yeah, this is the external IP which we can access from outside. And yeah, this is the internal IP. The internal IP is mostly used when you have same virtual machines within same account or same zone. So like it will be assigning you like this server A can also communicate to server B. Server A can use or bring back files from server B. The major advantage is that your network bandwidth use is in the internal, not in external form. That means the internet will not be used. Local data transfer will be taking place. Okay. Now just go to web server. Okay. Acha, any Linux user here over here who is using Linux? Not the professional, just basic
Yes,
Linux.
sir.
Okay, you must be knowing that we are using terminal. So see, this is a virtually hosted machine. You cannot gain access to it directly. So you will be Linux is almost, this is you can see the, first of all we can see the machine type, like what is the machine. You can see it is Debian 11. That means it is running Debian 11 and the code name is Bulai. That means the latest version in Debian 11 it is using. So like we will be now opening the SSH. Okay, one thing, most of many of the students confuse SSH with Google Cloud. See, these are the two completely different things. SSH is the command line of your virtual machine, and Google Cloud Console CLI, that is for your Google Cloud. That is completely different things. See, now the screen is visible, I guess. Yeah. Okay. You can see here the SSH is connected. Okay. Now just gain access to its root user. That is, we type the sudo command sudo se. Okay. Now here we are in the root. So we will be installing our web server. For that we need to we need to first git update as you do in the Linux. Just the same. The Ubuntu, Linux Ubuntu, who are in the Linux Ubuntu or Linux Kali user, the commands are same. So like Ubuntu and Kali are mostly based on Debian. So like it is the same. So now we will be writing one second here, clear. We will be clearing the command and we will be writing apt-get install. Sorry. Yeah, we will be writing here apt install nginx. So if we click here, nginx is a type of open source of web server that you can use. Okay, like now it will be asking that, yeah, 24.2 MB of additional disk storage will be used. Do you want to continue? I will be clicking here. Why? Just clicking enter. Okay. Okay. Now our virtual machine is created with a web server. Okay. Now let's do a thing. Okay. As I mentioned here, you will be seeing your external IP address. Okay. We will be just copying this to clipboard and entering it out. But in this case, it will be not opening. Why? Because you have created a web server only, but you haven't allowed the firewall system of this virtual machine to go into it. So your port 80, what is known as port forwarding, we can check the port forwarding from here. Port forwarding check. Okay, these are the free tools. Okay, now let's paste the here and check the port 80. Okay, now it is showing that port 80 is closed. Okay, do anyone have any experience in networking? Any networking software they have used or networking firewall they have set up or anything? Anyone? Reply, guys, reply. Anything? Okay, let's continue. Okay, now we will be creating on the once again going to the virtual machine page and click here edit. Now we will be here seeing an option that is allow HTTP server. As you all know that mostly our web server is hosted on 80 and that is 443. So like this is the HTTP and the secured what is known as the SSL with an SSL certificate, that is 443. So we are not doing the SSL part since we need to create the certificate. It is lot more complicated. We will not doing that. We will be just simply hosting a web server. Okay, so like we will be clicking here save. Okay, now you can see this server is connected. Now once we go and click here check, see now the port 80 is open. Okay, we will be just doing a reload. Yeah, see our server is hosted. You have created your own virtual machine with a web server that is completely depend upon you. You have 100% control over the code base, the virtual machine, the infrastructure, the load balance, everything. You have, to be honest, you have just created a copy of your own GitHub. Even in this server, you can do a thing. You can just install a Git server. You can just install a Git server in this server which I have made, and you can just configure it in your system. You can like you use the command, all the Git commands. You just configure your system. When you press Git commands, it will be directly uploaded to the server. GitHub is not needed anywhere. So you have created this web server. Okay. Now, okay. Yeah. See, this is an IP address. You don't type IP address here. You don't want to know the IP address. For example, if we type IP address info, okay. Okay. So, like every domain, it is pointing to some IP. Okay. Now, if we type here google.com, yeah, see, google.com is pointing to an IP. So if we try to open this IP, see, if you are typing this IP that is 142.250.113.138, you are being redirected to Google. See how this is like IP addresses work. So I can give it in the chat section. Everyone try this out. If you are clicking or opening this IP, you are being redirected to Google. See, okay. Now here stands the same. If you want to give anybody any website or something, you will be not giving an IP address. You will be giving a website. So when we will be clicking here, we will be going to this site. Okay. Now open. Just copy it. Now we will be connecting to a live website. This. Okay. Like yeah. So you can go here, click on add record, and see where to, like my domain name is swarnadeep.in. Okay. Now, for example, you have to relate to a subdomain. Okay, let's type it GDSC UIET. GDSC UIET. And the IPv4 address, that means the this IP. This IP address we need to copy. Okay. Now we need to save. Okay, see. Now GDSC UIET. Now let's do a thing. Now open GDSC UIET dot Swarnadeep dot in. Okay, I guess something. Just a minute. Okay, it will be taking 1 or 2 minutes to be configured. Yeah, everything is correct only. It will be taking a minute or two for.
Sorry to interrupt, Swarnadeep.
Yeah.
Uh, can you please be a little fast because we have to take up another portion of the regional boot camps
Yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. We'll be just finishing in a minute or 5 or 10. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Yeah. So like you will be going we'll be going to this site. Okay, let's do I think delete this. Yeah. Now, yeah. See when you are typing here gdsc.swarnadeep.in, you can see the web server here. And here it is the connection is also secure since you are not typing the IP address. Now you may be saying that yeah, this is a static web server. How can I edit it? So like you need to go back to your own SSH, not the Google Cloud CLI. That is, you need to go to the SSH and go to the index file location. That is cd slash where you need to type ls. After that, cd www. Then we need to go to cd html. Now you can see, yeah, that is a index.nginx hyphen debian.html. Now you need to type nano to edit files. You need to type nano. You need to write the exact name. Also, I will be sharing my link where I created the server. You can also view also. Okay. Now this is the web page. Now, okay, let's do it. Just do a simple change to see that the whether it is changing or not. Now we'll be changing. Welcome to. Just change the heading. GDSC UIET. Hands on session. Okay, cool. And also we'll be changing the title over here. Hands on session. Okay. Now previously you can see the title is welcome to Nginx. I will be opening it by IP. You can see here, welcome to Nginx. Something is written, welcome here. We are now changing the files. You can see the title is hands-on session and the heading, first heading, that is welcome to Nginx, which will be replaced by GDC UIET hands-on session. Now we have to save the file. To save the file, the commands are Control X. You need to type Y here and just click enter. Okay. Now your server file has been edited. Now once again we go to the file here. We will be just refreshing it. Yeah, yeah. You can see your GDAC UIT hands-on session. You can see here the file has been changed. You can create as many files over here. You can using the ssh command, you can do anything, you can edit any css file, you can upload your whole folder, you can do using this. And also when the domain you are redirecting it to, just click here and refresh. See, GDSC UIET hands-on session. Also the title is being refreshed. Also for to check whether the domain where it is being redirected to, you can type, you can copy the domain you have redirected. Also you can paste it in here and check the port is open or not. Okay, like yeah, just a minute. HTTP we have to remove it out. Sorry, HTTP isn't allowed it. See, your port 80 is open. If we disable it now, for instance, I will be disabling it. So your port 80 will be closed. Now, not only port 80, you can open port as many as you want. You need to just configure the firewall. Here, from here, you can configure the firewalls. Okay, let's suppose we will be disabling the HTTP. Yeah, we have disabled HTTP and clicked on save. Okay, now you have disabled the HTTP and your port is closed. So like if you check now, yeah, it will be taking a few moments to update the IP. See, now the port is closed. Your web server, and we will be when we will be refreshing, it will be going on loading, and at last it will be showing an error that no server found or something like that. So we can now we will be creating a firewall manually. Okay, now let's go to the console, and here we will be getting an option VPC network, and from here we will be choosing the firewall. Now from here you will be creating a new firewall rule. Okay, now let's suppose it will be web port. We will be renaming it web port. Don't choose anything for description. Let it be engage allow. Just to click here all instances in the network. Okay, now in the source IP you have to type 0.0.0.0/0. Okay, that means this means 0.0.0.0 means your thing, this website can be accessed from anywhere. Let's suppose you want a only particular IP address with a static IP only to access this. In that case, you have to give out the static IP specifically. But in our case, we will be giving a general IP, the whole internet IP range, and we will be specifying the protocol. So, web server is based on port 80. So we will be mentioning here 80. Now we'll be creating a firewall rule. Okay, now you can see it is mentioned here web port TCP 80,000 allow. Okay, now we will do a thing. We will now refreshing it here. See, once again our server is back, and when we will be checking through our port checker, click on check. See, the port 80 is once again open. This is in case of 80, we does not need to require any firewall, since we will just be clicking an option that is allow HTTP, it will be allowing us. But in case you have to open any other port, for example, if you want to modify the port 80 and convert it into 100 or anything in 200 within the port range, not any port that is occupied by any other application like 336 that is occupied by MySQL, or 3389 that is occupied by remote desktop connection, or 4433 that is occupied by HTTPS, or 22 that is occupied by SSH, 25 that is occupied for SMTP. So the reserve port you need not to interfere in it. If you interfere or configure like that, your application may be having issue in some time, not maybe working with all the applications correctly. But if you mention which is a non-registered port, you can finally work with it. For this, we need to just configure the SSH. We need to configure just the Nginx file. We will be typing as cd, that is etc slash Nginx. See, here you will be getting a file that is site enabled. We need to now file, not directory. Now we will be moved to sites available. Now see, we need to now file open using nano default. See, now in the server config, you can see the listen to port 80. If we modify this with port 100 and configure the firewall with it, and you can also do or host the file in 100 so that anybody cannot see, or a specific port which anybody does not have directly access to or could not have any idea. Not only this, you can host multiple files in a server and assign it to different ports. It is mentioned that where the file is located, root, var, HTML that we have opened. Here you can just create a using the format of JSON, and using the default, you can create another server in another port and you can directly link the file with it. You can also create in that way. You can also create multiple web server, you can host multiple website in a single site. This is a simple process. And like the servers, like the normal website you are seeing, that is done using a different ideology or different complexity, that is using control panel, name servers. That is completely different. That is another level of thing they are doing. They are assigning in an IP, you will be not knowing. They're doing the same port, but you will be not understanding directly. So like, yeah, we can make a simple web server among this. Yeah. Thank you. If you have any questions regarding anything about web development or little of backend, Firebase, anything, or like how to do the other things or which of the services available, you can ask me. Thank you, Avishi, for the opportunity.
You're welcome and thanks for joining us today. Any doubts, please ask in the chat box. And I have shared the links to Swarnadeep's YouTube channel, his latest project, which is SSP Gemini. It's an amazing project, I would say. Please try it once. If you're using ChatGPT or Bard AI, then it's for sure. It's made for you. You need to try it for once.
Yeah. Just let me once show it.
Yeah,
Just a minute.
yeah. And for joining the GDSC community, I have shared the link of the WhatsApp group of the community, and I have even shared Swanadeep's LinkedIn ID. If you want me to again share the links to Piyush and Rishi sir's LinkedIn also, I can share it if you want me to. Swanadeep displays his project. We'll move on to the regional boot camps.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's show the demo. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is my type of chat GPT or Bard, anything, any AI assistance you can say. So like if you, let's suppose we can make a command. Let's do a prompt. Hello. And click here enter just over the keyboard. So it will be showing like, hello, how can I assist you? So we can write a simple prompt. Tell me a simple joke. Yeah, yeah, this is the joke. And also few features like it is having that you will be getting a history over here. And after that, as of now, only Gemini Pro, that is, this is based on Google Gemini's only. So like you will be only getting here text option, but in a few weeks of the month, and you will be also getting an image input option that is not available in Google or is not available in ChatGPT. You cannot input any image. You cannot get any output. Image input will be available soon, and output will also be trying to generate something on the other. You can mention here the output length, like the how much max length it will be showing. And here the stop sequence, like the repetition, it is a little advanced thing. Also will be some including some advanced features, that is stop k, top p, the temperatures, that will be advanced, some advanced features I will be including. So like yeah, this is a simple assistance you can try out. I will be sharing the link out.
I've shared the link in the description already.
Okay, cool, yeah. Thank you, Abhishek. This is my small project. Thank you everyone for attending the session.
This is an amazing project, I would say. So if you
Thank
want
you.
to appreciate him for that, please say some nice words in the chat box. That would be a great help to Swarnadeep also. I think it's an amazing project. You should appreciate him. गाइस आप लोग मीटिंग ज्वाइन करने के बाद भी गायब हो गए हैं क्या? I don't know where these people are. Well, thank you, Swarnadeep. Thank you, Rishi sir, and thank you, Piyush. It was an amazing session today, and I'm really thinking of the fact that now my team and my community would be getting much aware about the fact how to use cloud, how to implement it in your projects. So thank you for joining. And now I should move on with the regional bootcamps part.
Well,
Without wasting time, I'm just sharing my screen.
হ্যাঁ পড়া
For
একটু
the
আচ্ছা
registration
না
of
আমি
the
তোমাকে একটু
solution,
পরে ফোন করতেছি
uh,
ঠিক আছে
are you saying something? Okay, so this is the journey for the solution for the next 2. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So listen to it carefully because this is one of the most solution challenge. The registration form you filled was not that important because initial stage only, but this registration form for the regional boot camps is very important because if your team is getting shortlisted for this regional boot camp, for sure you are getting an invitation to attend a regional boot camp which is held in different parts of India, and only a few teams are getting selected. So let's go through the presentation along with me and I'll let you know what am I talking about. So first of all, to register for the solution challenge, the registration started from 1st of December. Now you have to build a solution using the Google technologies. After that, you have to submit your prototype for the regional bootcamp and get the guidance from the experts. So the timeline between which you have to submit your prototype is not the full solution. It's just a kind of आप कह लो कि छोटा सा आपका एक दो स्लाइड्स का आपका प्रेजेंटेशन भी दे सकते हो। एक आप अपना वेबसाइट का जो लिंक है आप वो दे सकते हो कि अगर आपने 2-3 पेजेस वाला वेबसाइट बनाया है, उसका ऐप बना रहे हो तो ऐप का थोड़ा-सा व्यू जो है, दैट इज़ द काइंड ऑफ prototype you need to submit. And it has to be submitted to get the guidance from the experts. The timeline is between 4th of January to 17th of January. So there are already 2 days gone since the registration started. I'm telling you so that as soon as I got to know, I'm trying to give this information to you So start building your solution and you have to submit it. After that, you have to submit a project for the global evaluation under top 100, the time between 21st of January to 22nd of Feb. So don't worry, I'll be sharing the slide, but still I would recommend you to take a screenshot. Now, this is a link which I have given. Let me stop sharing it and let me share my screen so that I can display the site I'm talking about. Yeah, so this is the website of the India Regional Bootcamp. I'm adding this link in the chat box. So everyone, please go through this link. It has all the information regarding the bootcamp, and I'll go through it one by one. So in the solution challenge, what is India Regional Bootcamp? You can read it from here. The registration form link is also there, and I'm putting up this link chat box also for the registration form. You might also get the link for registration on your email because Google has already shared the links to those who have registered for the solution challenge. Now, coming on to the timeline part, I'm going to discuss it right now. So, India Regional Bootcamps, they offer in-person guidance from the domain experts to improve your project quality before the final submission for the top 100 solution selection. So, आप पता है आप अपने solution challenge के लिए जो अपने submissions कर रहे हो, तो उसके लिए domain के expert से in-person guidance जो आपको मिल रही है, that is India Regional Bootcamps. एंड वो आप फाइनल सबमिशन से पहले जो कि आप टॉप 100 के लिए अपने सबमिशंस दे रहे थे, उससे पहले जो इन पर्सन गाइडेंस है, दैट मीन्स ऐसा भी नहीं कि वर्चुअल गाइडेंस है, इन पर्सन यू कैन आस्क, यू कैन डिस्कस विद दोज एक्सपर्ट्स. दे आर गोइंग टू बी द गूगल एक्सपर्ट्स ओनली. नाउ this is the timeline. Please take a screenshot. So first of all, the registration of the solution challenge started from 1st of December. Then on 9th of January, there is a training, Machine Learning Training 1. On 16th of January, there is Machine Learning Training 2. Now you might be thinking, what is training? So this is basically for the leads only. But yeah, we would be sharing you the YouTube link. So it would be live on YouTube also. So the lead would be in the meeting and the community, they would be following up on the YouTube only. So there are 2 trainings for the solution challenge only, and they are based on machine learning. Now, 4th to 17th January, I am again repeating, 17th January is the last date to fill the registration form for the regional boot camps. Now, bootcamp invite mail, you would be getting it in the last week of January. So after you have submitted your prototypes for the regional boot camps, you would be getting an invitation email. Now, what is that invitation email? वो email जो होगी वो बताएगी कि क्या आप सिलेक्टेड हैं कि नहीं है रीजनल बूट कैंप्स के लिए या फिर नहीं, राइट? सो लास्ट वीक ऑफ जनवरी में आएगी. सेव दिस टाइमलाइन सो दैट most of your queries get cleared at presently only. Now, 20th of January is the registration closing time for the solution challenge. जो registrations चल रहे थे solution challenge के लिए, उनके close करने का time 20th of January है. Now, some of you might be wondering कि registration for the solution challenge is closing on 20th and 17 January को regional boot camps की over हो रही है. तो क्या ये दोनों चीजें different हैं? Yes, they are different. So, what happens is, not everyone is getting selected for the regional boot camps. Not every team would be invited for the regional boot camps by Google. So all of you are required to register yourself for solution challenge 20th of January. But if you wish that your team is getting selected for top 100 and आप चाहते हो कि experts आपके projects में कुछ difference बताएं, कुछ ऐसा बताएं जो कि important है for your project, a better one as compared to the others, so you should go for the regional boot camps. Now, on 21st of January, the project submissions, they are open for the solution challenge under top 100. That is very important. Right on 21st January, right after the registration is closing for the solution challenge, you can directly submit your projects. Now, India Regional Bootcamp starts from the last week of January to the second week of Feb. So after you are getting the invitation from Google, the boot camps would be starting from the last week of January, the second week of February. Are you listening? If you are having any problem, please let me know. Am I going too fast?
No, ma'am, it's okay.
समझ आ रहा है ना? बता दो, वरना मतलब मैं थोड़ा स्लो पेस पे समझाऊं, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि काफी चीजें कवर करनी है, तो मैं कवर कर लेती.
Okay, ma'am.
ओके. नाउ स्क्रीन दिख रही है ना मेरी? हाँ. तो इंडिया के जो रीजनल बूट कैंप है, दैट इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द लास्ट वीक ऑफ जनवरी टू द सेकेंड वीक ऑफ फेब्रुवरी. After that, from 22nd of February 2024, the project submissions are closing for the solution challenge under top 100. तो top 100 के लिए जो registrations थे projects के, they are stopping, they are closing on 22nd of February. After that, in early of April. Now, see, there's a big deflection in the months also. There's a big difference in the timeline. So, right after 22nd of February, in the early April, top 100 would be announced. In the late May, again a month, final 10 would be announced globally. And finally, the winning 3 would be announced globally on the demo day. Only the winning 3. So, this is the whole timeline for Solution Challenge. Now, these are the key dates. आपको अगर दिमाग में ओवरऑल रखना है, you can look at these key dates. January 11, there is a solution challenge kickoff event at 10 a.m. ET. Now this is a different timeline. See, I'm sorry. Now January 22nd, the submission form opens. Submission form किस चीज का open हो रहा है? Submission का. यहाँ से के. Now February 22 को क्या हो रहा है? Submission form closes. So you have a month to submit your project. After that, March May, there is no judging. Early April, the top 100 would be announced. April 29 to May 5, top 100 का resubmission होगा. They have to resubmit their projects. So that if not those top 100, they are submitting the projects, the other ones could submit. Now in May, there is round 2 judging. Late May, final 10 announced, and June 27, the solution challenge demo day live stream would be there. So you can again take a screenshot of this slide. Moving on. Why should one apply for the regional bootcamp? You have to project's quality and the chances of making the top 100 by connecting with the domain experts. So, for the regional bootcamps, as I said, you want to boost the quality of your project. You want to increase the chances of you making yourself and your team a part of top 100 by connecting with the domain experts. Now you can get in-person connection with the fellow participants. Also, overall guidance before the final submission for the global evaluation. So overall guidance मिलेगी आपके final submission से पहले. Now, what are certain pre-checks in the mind before applying for the regional bootcamps? Before this, I would look at the website. Regional bootcamps में क्या है? ये road map exactly वहाँ पे भी given है. Eligibility criteria is be given here. If you think I'm not giving the details, you can go on the website, you can search it. Now, where can you attend the India regional boot camps? इंडिया में जिन जगहों पे आप अटेंड कर सकते हो उसका एक मैप गिवन है. So luckily we have one in Chandigarh also. So if our team gets selected from our college, the teams are selected, it's very good for us because it's in Chandigarh itself. We can reach there anytime. Now, there are certain pre-checks to keep in the mind before applying for it. First of all, पहला prerequisite क्या है? You need to register for solution challenge. It's a must. अगर आप solution challenge के लिए register नहीं कर रहे हो, then I don't think आप आगे जा सकते हो regional bootcamps के लिए. Now, the project must be based on one of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So, out of those 17 Sustainable Development Goals, आपका project किसी ना किसी एक United Nation की इस सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल पे बेस्ड होना चाहिए। नाउ द प्रोजेक्ट शुड सॉल्व अ रियल वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम, एक्चुअली सॉल्व कर रहा हो कोई प्रॉब्लम, एंड द प्रोजेक्ट मस्ट यूटिलाइज गूगल टेक्नोलॉजीज। नाउ यू माइट बी थिंकिंग कि जरूरी है कि हम गूगल की ही यूज करें, सो या एटलीस्ट वन गूगल टेक्नोलॉजी शुड बी देयर, दिस इज अ कंडीशन, एक ना एक गूगल टेक्नोलॉजी होना मस्ट है। Listen to me carefully. I'm not going to repeat it. You can use other technology apart from Google's technology, but at least one Google technology used. Now, the preferences will be given to the projects which are implementing machine learning and AI. Now, the most important part, you need to submit a video of the prototype with at least 2 to 3 screens for the project. एक वीडियो आपको सबमिट करना है अपने प्रोटोटाइप का, में एटलीस्ट 2 या 3 स्क्रीन्स हैं आपके प्रोजेक्ट के पार्ट की जो डिस्प्ले करी है। आप मतलब ऐसा कर सकते हो, स्क्रीन शेयर करके अपना रिकॉर्ड कर लिया वीडियो या जैसे भी कर रहे हो आप, तो वीडियो में आपकी जो प्रोजेक्ट की स्क्रीन है कैसी दिख रही है वो दिखाना चाहिए। इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, नोट इट। नाउ यू नीड टू सबमिट अ करेक्ट गिटहब रिपोजिटरी लिंक। तो मतलब सिंपल चीज है, अगर आप वीडियो बना रहे हो, यू ऑल्सो नीड टू upload your project in on GitHub also, and you need to provide a link to your repo also, and the link has to be correct. हल्का सा भी डिफ्लेक्शन हुआ, कुछ भी डिफरेंस आया लिंक में, आपका एक्सेप्ट नहीं होगा इनविटेशन। Now, it's an important reminder. There's a workshop on machine learning. So the core team members and the club members, they will join via the YouTube link, and this link will go live on the day of the event. I'll be sharing it in the GDSC community, so please join the group. Now disclaimer. Before this, किसी को कोई doubt है? Any doubt? Any doubt, guys? Are you even there in the meet? Are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so so the boot camps will happen on an basis only. आप तब तक boot camps में नहीं जा सकते जब तक कि आपके पास कोई इनविटेशन नहीं आया, क्योंकि वहां पे भी चेकिंग होगी उसकी, आपके मेल्स में से जो QR कोड होगा उसको स्कैन करेंगे या जो भी आगे प्रोसीजर है उनसे। Now GDSC India team reserves the right to select the participants based on undisclosed criteria. तो GDSC India टीम जो है, गूगल की जो टीम है, वो उस बेसिस पे करेगी गूगल मतलब पार्टिसिपेंट्स को जो सिलेक्ट हो रहे हैं, एंड दैट क्राइटेरिया इज नॉट डिस्क्लोज टू अस. Avoid reaching out regarding the non-invitations to the bootcamp. So if you are not invited for the bootcamp, you cannot, uh, reach out to them for that. No travel or accommodation will be provided by GDSC team. So ट्रैवल के लिए तो इट्स बेस्ट, क्योंकि चंडीगढ़ में हो रहा है, सो आई डोंट थिंक हमें ट्रैवल का इतना कुछ बेयर करना होगा. Now for more details you can visit this website, जो वेबसाइट में ओपन करी हुई है, लिंक भी डाली थी डिस्क्रिप्शन में, एंड मैंने फॉर्म लिंक डाली थी, तो आप एक बार वहां से भी देख सकते हो. राइट, नाउ द मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट इज गूगल डोमेन्स. गूगल हमें लॉन्च करेगा, so would you or your members in the community, they would benefit from a Google domain. तो Google अपनी खुद की डोमेन देगा आपके प्रोजेक्ट्स को, that is .dev.app.page for an year. तो 1 साल के लिए Google आपको अपनी डोमेन देगा, but that is not available right now. It would be coming soon. Next, about the Google Cloud credits also. So if you need to, since this is a Google Cloud session also, I want to disclose that Google आपको कुछ फ्री के क्रेडिट्स देगा फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्व बेसिस पे. तो उसके लिए वो काफी क्रेडिट्स देंगे आपकी टीम को, ताकि आप अपना जो प्रोजेक्ट है वो उस पे डिप्लॉय कर सकते हो. ठीक है, तो अब है, बट सून यू वुड यूज क्रेडिट्स आल्सो. So this is all about the today's session, and thank you so much for. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the chat. Any doubt, guys? Also, I want to show you the form for the regional boot camps. This is the form. Here you need to put your email address. You need to put your team name, team leader's name, leader's email ID, contact number, the email ID and the details of other members. And you have to select your campus. Campus University Institute of Engineering and Technology, Punjab University. Choose कर लेना. After that, select your city. जहाँ आप reside कर रहे होगे तो choose चंडीगढ़. If your city name is not there, which city you join for India Regional Bootcamp, choose Chandigarh. Which state you are from, choose Chandigarh only. Have you and all the team members registered? Put a yes if you have registered, else put no. Now, um, this is all from my side. Any doubt, please ask in the chat section right now. Also about the recruitments part, before we cover the doubts from this regional bootcamps part, we can cover it next. So yeah, I'm open for the queries. किसी को कोई भी डाउट है प्लीज पूछ लो एक बार. Team here.
यस मैम.
कोई डाउट है किसी को, कुछ भी समझ आ गया? Should I call out the names? Let me stop the